Right, I think I've got a live feed. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nick's Wednesday night quiz. Great to see so many of you already logged in, raring to go. We've got Clive and Janet with teasers. They're saying evening, so evening to you. Hope all is well and keeping well. Well, we've just been watching a tribute to Captain Tom, well, the wife has anyway, listening to his music. Fantastic thing, but there we have it. Great shame that he's gone. Right then, tonight we have, as normal, we'll have 6 rounds of just general trivia to keep us all going. We're starting off tonight with initial round tonight will be Wednesday the 3rd, as is normal. Round number 2 is an initial letter link for everybody to have a go at. Round number 3 will be a trivia trail. Round number 4 is a connections round where I ask you 9 general knowledge questions, and question number 10 asks you for a connection between the previous 9 answers. Then we have a food and drink round. I know we all love a food and drink round, and then finally we'll have just a general trivia round to keep us all going. Now then, who else have we got just joining us? Clive, Janet and teasers, they're saying evening again. Evening all. Martin Davis has just joined us, so good evening Martin and Tina. Hope you're both keeping well and raring to do battle tonight. Are you your team of just 2 tonight? Are you joining your team and becoming the weak links tonight, Martin? You'll have to let me know. Right, we've got 4 likes already tonight. That's excellent news. That's what I like to see. For anybody that's new tonight, do feel free to join in with the chat in the right-hand side. Basically, we have 6 rounds. You mark your own, which is pretty straightforward. After each round, I give you the question or the answers, not the questions, the answers, and you just mark your own scores. And then, if you're brave enough, you put your scores in the chat column to see how you're fared against everybody else. Home Alone 6 have just joined us saying evening Nick. 4 of us here so far. That presumably means you've got a full team on the way then, Carol and the gang. Hope you're all keeping well and raring to do battle again. Now then, last Wednesday we had a very close finish. In the end, Quizzy Rascals ran out winners on a fantastic 62 points. They were closely followed by Split the Difference as usual. Very close tussle between those 2 teams. Split the Difference ended up on 61. With Jed and Tracy and PRS, what else have I got? Sorry, Jed and Tracy I got down at 60 points. Well played them. And then we had the teasers. We had Chris Pickard, Home Alone 6, PRS, all there or thereabouts on 58 points. So it's a very close tussle last Wednesday, and I expect it's going to be fairly close again today. Now, hasn't it been a beautiful day? It's been the first day that we've been out with the grandchildren for a long, long time. We met them at Daventry Park outside and had a little walk round, staying probably socially distanced, as you always do, but we had a good time, and it was great to see them. And I don't know how many of you are managing to get out and do a little bit of exercise, but it's imperative that we do keep our spirits up and all that. I know a number of you are still working, so it's no different to normal, but there's a lot of people that are still locked down and find their days very, how should we say, boring and tedious, you know, and what do we do today kind of thing. But never mind, there's always something in the pipeline. I did some baking last week. I think we did some, what did we make last week? Some bread. It's the first time for a while. But right, let's see who else has just joined us. We've got Andrew Lewis is saying good evening. The other half of the Wheat Links is here, so they are joining forces tonight. So good evening, Andrew. Jane, hope all is well with you too. And you've enjoyed your day in sunny Yelvertoft, because it's not been too bad today. Hopefully you've managed to get out and have a walk or something into the countryside. Jed and Tracy have just joined us. Good evening, Jed and Tracy. Hope all is well with you too. As I mentioned earlier, 3rd place last week with a fantastic 60 points. Now, that was some good going, as the winning team only managed to pick you by 2 points last week. So let's hope for another good showing tonight. Clive and Janet, the teasers, just 3 of us so far. What's that? Us 2 and Gareth. Right, so we'll see how that goes tonight. The teasers have joined us. That's a great team name. Ian's just joined us. He's saying good evening to Nick and Lydia. Well, Lydia's not actually arrived yet, but never mind. I'm sure she will in a minute. She has been with us this afternoon, but she went home to have herself a shower and come back out again. Debbie's joined us. Good evening, Debbie. Hope all is well with you and raring to do battle in tonight's quiz. Have you managed to get the quiz team together yet, or are you still on your own? You'll have to let me know. More the merrier. Jackie's also just joined us. A lot of us who are working find their day boring too. Yeah, I'm sure they do, Jackie, but never mind. It's very peculiar at the moment, isn't it? I mean, being in the pub trade, you know, you'd expect to be doing something every day, call out every 5 minutes for something or other, but it's been very quiet. Obviously, with both pubs shut, there's not a lot we can do at the moment, but never mind. Well, we'll see. Faye's also saying, hi all, happy hump day, she's saying. Hi, Faye, hope all is well with you. And Ian's just saying today's the day the music died, is it? Oh dear. Sarah's just joined us from Worcester. Good evening, Sarah and Russ. Hope all is well with you too. Have you got James and Joe joining tonight? You'll have to let me know. Mike's also joined us, saying good evening all. Evening, Mike. Ready for, again, that quiz to test us all. A few things we'll learn tonight and a few we'll have learnt to forget, I'm sure, but never mind. Georgia's just saying hello from the Yorkies. So hello, Georgia and Russ. Hope all is well with you. Rory even. Sorry, Georgia and Rory, isn't it? And have you got your mum with you tonight? That's what we need to know. Is Linda taking part tonight, Georgia? You'll have to let me know. Robin's just saying, my daughter had gone home for a shower after spending time with me. I might be offended. Well, she also needed to go home and have a tea, to be fair. Robin, I don't think she fancied what we were having, so she scuttled off and had a tea and had a shower, and she'll be back with me in a minute. Oh dear. Clive and Janet, the teasers be full by now. All right. Teas must be full by now. It is, I'm sure. Oh dear. Ian's just put a joke, first joke of the night. Speeding in a multi-storey car park is wrong on so many levels. I'm sure it is. Mick and Bev have just joined us from sunny Belton. Good evening, Mick. I'm Bev. Hope you're both keeping well. Jane Gifford's also just joined us. So we've got Jane and Graham Gifford from Upper Toft near Cambridge. Good evening to you two. Hope all is well. Home Alone 6, now they're saying our team is now complete. Now complete, says Carol and the gang. Well, it's great to see you all. I hope you're all keeping well. I've heard one or two of you have had your jabs this week. And talking of jabs, the jabometer, we're past 10 million mark. We've only got another 50 million to go in the UK, and we're nearly all there. So I think ours is mine's scheduled for, we were looking at the jabometer only today, and I think it's April, 5th of April, something like that. I might be lucky enough to get a jab, but we'll see. PRS are just signing in. Pick and Mix have just joined us. Good evening, Pick and Mix. Hope all is well with you. Ian's put Big Bopper Richie Vines and, of course, the great Buddy Holly. Oh, fantastic. John's just joined us. John O'Rourke and the Famous Five have joined us. Good evening, Famous Five. I hope your spirits are high. Raring to do some quizzing tonight. As I said, we've got 6 rounds of just some pretty random general trivia to keep you going. First round tonight is entitled Wednesday the 3rd, where we take the first letters of the word Wednesday, followed by the 2 digits 03, followed by an R and a D. So Wednesday the 3rd is round number 1. What's Carol's just saying? Cornish Tyke here. Managed to get some hoopers, dandelion and burdock today. Had a lovely stroll in the sunshine on Harlem Beach with one of the grandchildren this morning. Well, that sounds a good day out then, Carol. We've had a good day out with our grandchildren as well. But it does appear that the weather is going to be closing in towards the weekend. That's some kind of easterly is on its way with some Arctic air. Well, I don't know about Arctic air, Siberian air. Let's put it like that's coming from Russia or somewhere. So we might be under a bit of snow by the weekend. PRS, he's asking me, I think that's Matthew, he's just asking me how the power generation is. Well, Matthew, it's been up. My son was absolutely amazed when he walked in this afternoon and saw my powerometer on the wall showing 0 energy consumption. And he said, is it normally like that? I said, no, the sun's shining, so the house isn't using any electricity at the moment. There we have it. It's one of those. Faye's just saying, what's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know, and I don't care. Oh, dear. That's almost funny, that is, Faye. Well done. Right, Michelle's just joined us, so we've got full team tonight. You've got James, Charlie, and Michelle all ready to quiz. That's what I like to see. Purple Flame's just joined us. Good evening, Purple Flame. You must have a name, Purple Flame. Let me know your name. I know it's a bit tricky there. And but it's great to see you. And I'm sorry I didn't mention you last week because you did put your score in at the end. Jackie's just saying it's my birthday on Saturday. It always snows on my birthday. Oh, well, that's fair enough. This time last year, the wife and I were in Vietnam, as I think I mentioned on Sunday, but obviously we're in a slightly different place, but never mind. But as we were travelling north to south, I suppose we would be. But yes, it looks like this year, well, doesn't look like we're going to be getting away. So it's nearly 12 months since I've been away, which is very unusual for me because we normally like gadding about somewhere in the what's that? Yes, this will be the first time we haven't been away in the winter months, which is such a shame, but never mind, because we normally like to get away and spend the winter months, as you do, in the sun. But there we have it. Right, Nick Bowser's just joined us. Nick and Rita have joined us. Good evening, Nick. Benny Graham. Hello, Nick, she's saying, and Debbie's saying, I hope it doesn't snow as it's my birthday on Friday. So we've got 2 birthdays this week by the looks of the things. Well, 3, of course, because it was Chris's birthday. When was Chris's birthday? Yesterday, wasn't it? So Chris Meads from Split the Difference was on Tuesday. So it's Debbie's birthday on Friday. And, of course, it was Jackie's this Saturday. So I'm going to sing happy birthday to you all just to get you going. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear all. Happy birthday to you. There we have it. That's you 3. I've sung a happy birthday too. So that's all the singing I'm going to do tonight. Robin, you're all right. Either that or you could sign out now, he says no. Graham says, hello, Jim. Hello, Jim. I hope you're keeping well. Right then, let's just quickly. Good evening, Nick and Lydia. I've just sung happy birthday to you, Chris. I hope you were listening. Now then, as I said last week, it was a very close competition, and that was intolerable. Perhaps I should have a professional. I could just play it off my phone. Would you prefer that, Robin? I could do a little jingle on my phone, I suppose, which is nothing to do with me singing. Right, last week's scores. In first place, we had the Quiz Rascals ended up on 62 points. We split the difference, just 1 point behind, ending up on 61. Then we had Jed and Tracy on 60 points. Then we had a little gaggle of teams. We had Chris Pickard, Home Alone 6, the Teasers, and PRS all on 58 points, according to me, with quite a few of you, Mick Roberts, Jackie Skip, whatever else, on 56 points. I'm sorry if I've missed any of you there. It's a bit tricky. I was trying to go through last week's scores, but some of them didn't seem to be there. So it's always the case. I don't know quite what happens to the chat over the week. It seems half of it seems to disappear, but never mind. Let's hope we don't get any problems with the chat tonight, he says. No. Right, with a couple of minutes to go, let's just quickly go through those rounds again. We'll start off tonight. First round is entitled Wednesday the 3rd, which is pretty straightforward. Round number 2 is an initial letter link. Then we have a trivia trail, followed by connections round. Then we have a food and drink round, and then we have a general trivia round. What's Robin put now? This is a quiz, not sodding desert island discs. Oh dear. What's this? Free the Windshield 2. Hello, Free the Windshield 2. Hope all is well with you. We've got Paula and the Quizzy Rascals have just joined us. I know if you haven't been listening, Paula, I've already mentioned the Quiz Rascals won last week's quiz on a fantastic 62 points. So let's see how you all fare tonight. Now, do remember, you can hit the subscribe button at any time to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We've now got nearly 300 followers, I think, on that. You will get, obviously, advance warnings of all the quizzes. If you like tonight's quiz in any way, shape or form, just give me the thumbs up by hitting the little like button. That's all you've got to do. We'll see whether we can beat any records. Right, we've got Harry, Julian, Ian and his bottle of Shiraz have just joined us. So good evening to you 3. Hope all is well and keeping fit and raring to go. What's this face just put? What do you call a parade of rabbits hopping backwards? A receding hairline. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry, Roy. What have I missed? Have I missed one of your jokes? Not you. Roy put so many on. I do tend to miss them. I'm sorry, Roy, if I've missed one. Where was it? Put it in again if I've missed one, but never mind. Or just think of another one. Ian's just put Harry's 19 today and still in his prime. Is he? 19 today. Right then, everybody. Without further ado, it is now 2015. Got 55 people joined in and watching us online at the moment. I'm sure we may have one or two more join us before we get through round one, but let's kick off with round number one starting. Are we ready? We know I think we all know how this works. You use the first letters of the day from Wednesday 03RD. That should be 13 possible answers. Well, there are 13 possible answers to the first 13 questions. So here we go. Oh, I see. Harry's 19 today, still in his prime. Oh dear. Right then, everybody. This starts with the letter W. The large African antelope, the gnu, is also known by what other common name? So the large African antelope called the gnu is also known by what other common name? Are you all right, Liz? Is it sorted? Oh, Lydia's computer's freezing. So, have you got Wi-Fi? Good. Well, that's a start. At least she's got Wi-Fi. It's just not what? Not copy and pasting. Perhaps a reboot. I think Lydia's having a bit of technical issues at the moment. That will soon be sorted, I'm sure. She'll have it sorted in a jiffy, won't you, Lids? Right, question number 2, starting with the letter E. Which former British Prime Minister was news editor of the Church Times from February 1948 to September 1949? So which former British Prime Minister was news editor of the Church Times from February 1948 to the September of 1949? Oh dear. Ian's just put, Boris says the vaccination programme is going well. About time to get something right. Finally, he's on the road to Damascus. Oh dear. To Damascus, yes, to Damascus. Very clever. Right, question number 3. This starts with the letter D. Don't think too hard about this one. Talking about COVID-19, who erroneously claimed in the February of last year, it's going to disappear one day, like a miracle, it will disappear. So question 3 again. Talking about COVID-19, who erroneously claimed in the February of last year, it's going to disappear one day, like a miracle, it will disappear. That's a 2-word answer starting with the letter D. Sure that's not too hard for the majority of us that watch the news? Yes, first name for that one, Martin. Oh, first name for the Prime Minister as well, yes, sorry. 2-word answer for number 2 and a 2-word answer for number 3. That's what I'm after. Question number 4 starts with the letter N. Although he was born in Bethlehem, according to Matthew and Luke, Jesus was from which village in Galilee? The home of Joseph and Mary. So question 4 again. Although he was born in Bethlehem, according to Matthew and Luke, Jesus was from which village in Galilee? The home of Joseph and Mary. Right, question number 5 is a 2-word answer. Bit tricky this one, but listen carefully. What name connects the composer of an 1893 opera, Hansel and Gretel, and the singer born Arnold George Dorsey in Madras in May 1936, whose hits include Release Me and The Way It Used to Be? Captain. Close. Could have been born in Napton. I did see a star over Napton, I have to say, Leslie. It's close. So question number 5 again. What name connects the composer of an 1893 opera, Hansel and Gretel, and the singer born Arnold George Dorsey in Madras in May 1936, whose hits include Release Me and The Way It Used to Be? Release me. No, no, no. Should I sing it? Oh, no. Sorry, Robin. Robin will be shooting me if I start singing any clues to you. What's that? Question number 6 from Leicester. Question number 6. Which government position is currently held by Chorley MP Sir Lindsay Hoyle? It's a multiple word answer, really, but one word will do it, I suppose, and that starts with the letter S. So which government position is currently held by Chorley MP Sir Lindsay Hoyle? Do drop the definite article from your answer. Question number 7 starts with the letter D. It's a 2-word answer. Just think a bit of French here. Which 2-word French phrase means open to 2 interpretations, one of which is usually risque or indecent? That's a tricky one. So which 2-word French phrase means open to 2 interpretations, one of which is usually risque or indecent? Oh, I see what you're on about now, Ian. Right, after that rather tricky French phrase, which you all have heard of, but whether you can get it or not is a different matter. Question number 8. Founded by English teacher Isaac Newell in 1903, Newell's Old Boys is a famous football team located in which country south of the equator? Number two. It's a 2-word answer, Carol and Roy. Number 2 is a 2-word answer. It's a former prime minister, and his first name starts with the letter E, which makes it a bit easier for you. Like Enoch Powell, but clearly it wasn't Enoch Powell, as he was never prime minister, of course. So question 8 again. Founded by English teacher Isaac Newell in 1903, Newell's Old Boys is a famous football team located in which country south of the equator? That's one Roy will get straight away. I'm sure he knows his Newell's Old Boys football teams. Question number 9, starting with the letter Y, again a 2-word answer. Who went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni? So question 9 again. Who went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni? Sure, we all got that one pretty straightforward, starting with the letter Y, 2-word answer. Question number 10, to the nearest 2 significant digits, what decimal fraction of a litre is a UK pint? That's got to start with a 0, of course. A 0 point something or other. So to the nearest 2 significant digits, what decimal fraction of a litre is a UK pint? It helps if you're in the pub trade. You'll know that one, I'm sure. Bit of a testing first round this with 1 or 2 questions, which are not the easiest things in the world, but never mind. Question 11. Liverpool finally won their first Premier League title in the June of 2020. But how long have they had to wait since their last league championship, basically? So Liverpool finally won their first Premier League title in the June of 2020. But how long have they had to wait since their last league triumph? Got to start with a number 3. Question number 12 is another sporting question. We've had a few in this round. With pre-tax earnings of £74 million, Forbes magazine announced in May that which tennis player had topped their 2020 list of highest paid athletes. This, of course, is from all earnings, I suppose. So with pre-tax earnings of £74 million, Forbes magazine announced in May that which tennis player had topped their 2020 list of highest paid athletes. And finally, question number 13 in this fast and furious first round, starting with the letter D. 2-word answer I'm after. In a traditional symphony orchestra, what is the largest and lowest pitched stringed instrument? String instrument. So in a traditional symphony orchestra, which is the largest and lowest pitched stringed instrument? And there we have it. That's the end of round 1. Pretty straightforward. Now, if you look carefully at your answers, all the answers should spell out the word Wednesday, 03RD. Wednesday the 3rd, basically. 13 answers, spelling out those words. A lot of the answers tonight were 2-word answers, not all of them, but some of them. Number 2, number 3, number 5, number 7, number 9. Yeah. All right, we'll give you a second just to get those down whilst you talk to your team mates and see whether you've all got an answer for those. Do remember it's the taking part that counts. Well, to some of us it was always the winning. Never mind. Okay then, let's go through the answers to round number 1. Starting with the letter W, the large African antelope, known as the gnu, is also known as a wildebeest or a wildebeest. Number 2, it was Edward Heath that was editor of the Church Times. Edward Heath. Number 3 was Donald Trump. There can't be anybody else that says things like that. Question number 4, of course, was Nazareth, hometown of Joseph and Mary. Number 5, Release Me in the Way It Used to Be, and the opera Hansel and Gretel were all written and performed by Engelbert Humperdinck. Engelbert Humperdinck. Number 6, he's the Speaker of the House of Commons, Sir Lindsay Hoyle. Number 7 is double entendre. Double entendre. Well, if you got that, open to 2 interpretations. Number 8, I was after Newell's Old Boys. Apparently is from Argentina. Easy to get that mixed up with Australia, I suppose. Argentina. Number 9 was Yankee Doodle, of course, that rode his pony. Number 10, to the nearest 2 significant digits. Well, if you know there are 568 millilitres in a pint, then you should know that 0.57, or to be exact, it's 0.568. But there we are. 0.57 was what I wanted. Number 11, is 30 years. It's 30 years since Liverpool previously won their the league. Number 12 was Roger Federer, the highest paid athlete of 2020. And number 13, I was after the double bass. The double bass, of course, is the lowest pitched stringed instrument in the orchestra. So well done if you got all those. Now then, I'm not expecting anybody to get them all, but if you've got a good 10, 11, we'll be doing well. So let's get some scores in, see how I've all fared after that round. Right, we have. I was just going to say Lydia Pugh with 12 there, but it's not. Now we've got Jen and Tracy with 12. Mick Roberts with 11. We've got Home Alone 6 with 12. Carol Green with 11. We've got the Giffords on 10. Ian Miller's on 10. The Wheat Links are on 11. The Teasers are on 12. Booby Perez Girls are on 11. Sarah and our friends from Worcester are on 12. We've got Michelle and Charlie and James on 13 points. That's a great start. Penny Graham's on 10. We've got 11 for the Yorkies. 12 for Debbie McCarthy, all on her own. We've got PRS on 12, Pick a Mixer on 11, 12 for the Quizzy Rascals. We've got Free the Winchell 2 on 12. We've got Famous 5 on 11. Nick Bowers is on 10. Mike Yates is on 10. We've got Ian, aren't you going to sing Happy Birthday to Harry? 19 and still in prime. Well, I can do. Happy birthday, Harry. Still in your prime. I like that one. They are on, what's this? Plus 13. Harry really is 19 today and still in his prime. Fair play. Happy birthday, Harry. Hope all is well. I better not sing, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. Split the difference on 10 points. So well played. Split the difference. Right then, everybody. Round number 2 after that rather tricky first round. Got a couple of teams up there. In fact, no, we haven't. We've got Michelle on 13 points. We've got anybody else on 13 points? Well, it's very good first round for Michelle and the go. Oh, yes, sorry. Ian's also on 13 with his bottle of Shiraz. So, round number 2 is an initial letter link. An initial letter link. Ian's just put push. I screamed at my pregnant, you meant wife, today, but her efforts still couldn't get the car going. That's actually very funny. Well done, Ian. Right then, initial letter link. 9 questions, general knowledge, where the answer to the final question can be spelled out by rearranging the first letters of the words of the first 9 answers. We all know how this works. I think we do. So question number 1. And I thought you knew your prime numbers. Well, I thought Harry was about 60 like me, but never mind. I've obviously got the wrong Harry, haven't I? But never mind. Right. Question number 1. If you sailed due south from Malta, which country would you arrive in when you next hit land? So question number 1. If you sailed due south from Malta, which country would you arrive in when you next hit land? Thank you. I'm drunk but happy. Well done, Harry. You look younger than me anyway, Harry. And if it's any help, it's somewhere in Africa, surely. Right. Question number 2. This is one for all you Teletubbies fans. With a triangular antenna on his head, who is the tallest of the 4 Teletubbies? So with a triangular antenna on his head, who is the tallest of the 4 Teletubbies? Not quite sure how you tell the sex of the Teletubbies, but there's 2 of each apparently. So there we have it. I suppose it's a bit like rabbit sexing. Question number 3. With over 2 million visitors in 2018, what is Scotland's most visited paid tourist attraction? Put the word "lot" in there, needs to come out with. So with over 2 million visitors in 2018, what is Scotland's most visited paid tourist attraction? And it's not a whiskey distillery. You're all right. Question number 4 is one of those stupid, if you're a quizzy, you know it answers. What one-word name is given to the hard, either metal or plastic tag at the end of a shoelace, or either end of a shoelace? So what one-word name is given to the hard, either metal or plastic tag at either end of a shoelace? Question number 5 is a trusty old sequence. You might like to write this down, although Lydia's going to put it in the chat anyway. Question number 5. If Jack was 5, Norbert was 4, Ray was 3 and George was 2, who was 1? Got to go back a little way for this one. So if Jack was 5, Norbert was 4, Ray was 3 and George was 2, who was 1? Oh, bad to worse here. Sorry, everybody. Right, question number 6. What 2-word phrase does Bill Withers repeat 26 times in the 3rd verse of his song, Ain't No Sunshine, saying he initially intended to write more, but he ended up leaving it as it was due to advice from others, apparently. Sorry, that's on 2 different parts of my page. I can't really see that very well. Sorry. I'll read it out all on one bit of page and I might be able to do it. So question 6 again. What 2-word phrase does Bill Withers repeat 26 times in the 3rd verse of his song, Ain't No Sunshine, saying he had initially intended to write more lyrics, but ended up leaving it as it was due to advice from others? Question number 7, I'm sure we've all heard of this. The online music streaming service Spotify was founded, I've written this wrong. Not founded. It's headquartered. Let's get rid of the, sorry. Question number 7, we'll start that one again. The online music streaming service Spotify is headquartered in which European capital city? So question 7 again, the online music streaming service Spotify is headquartered in which European capital city? Now do remember to take each of your first letters of each of your answers. We're going to rearrange them in a minute to spell something out. You might like to start looking at them, and that's if you've got any answers, of course. Question number 8 is a 2-word answer I'm after. Which US city has a name that means the meadows in Spanish? Question number 8 again. Which US city has a name that means the meadows in Spanish? No, it's not London, Leslie. Come on, you know that. Question number 9. A lot of people won't know this one, but you'll be able to work it out from the clue. Also the name of a British television sitcom created by Adrian Edmondson and Rick Mayall. What was actor Joaquin Phoenix's original surname? It's a bit tricky unless you got the clue, isn't it? So question number 9 again. Also the name of a British television sitcom created by Adrian Edmondson and Rick Mayall. What was actor Joaquin Phoenix's original surname? Not a lot of people know that. And finally, question number 10, which will link all these together. This is a 2-word answer. The first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which famous person who, according to a 2020 study by YouGov, was named as the most admired man in the world. It certainly wasn't Donald Trump, was it? So the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which famous person who, according to a 2020 study by YouGov, was named as the most admired man in the world. If it's any help, he does give vast amounts to charities. Not that that makes you... Right, is anybody on some exceptionally good beer tonight? I'm drinking the last little vestiges of atomic ale. I'm going to have to start brewing again soon, which is a bit of a... Never mind. I think I'm on my last few pints and that's it all gone. Right, if you can get that person, it's a 2-word answer. As I said, as a hint, he gives an awful lot of money to charities, and he was named, I think it's 2 years running actually, as the most admired man in the world. Any help? It's not me. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to give you a minute just to try and work those backwards. You might now have the link, but you need to fill in all the missing ones you got wrong, perhaps. We'll have a guess at them. What's Ian? Are you drinking your bottle of Shiraz tonight? What's everybody else drinking tonight? Anybody else on something exciting? I noticed, was it Carol? She got her dandelion and burdock. You'll have to let me know what that tastes like. Carol, last time we had a dandelion and burdock beer in the pub was a good year ago. I can't remember who brewed it, but I think it was a Magpie brewery or somebody did dandelion and burdock. It was actually quite tasty. Although after a pint, you wouldn't want any more, I think. It's one of those beers. There's a few like that. Are you getting on? Got an answer for more? Now, do remember, as always, I need to work that out here. Not easy to do it in your head. But anyway, I'll get a bit of pipe. Carol's saying lovely but quite sweet. Robin's saying he's on an 8.4% cider. 50 pence a 33ml bottle. That's actually very good. Where did we find some very cheap beer the other day? Oh, 75p for a can. I think that was B&M, wasn't it? Oh no. Oh yeah, we were in Home Bargains the other day and found some tins of some craft beer. Can't remember exactly what it was, but it was only 75p for 33ml, which is very good. But 8.4% cider at 50p, you can't go wrong with that, can you? Sorry, I'm trying to work out the 19th prime here. I'll get it in a minute. He's been on about it all night. PRS from Boddington's tonight. Bottle of claret, says Les. Very sophisticated, that, Leslie. A bottle of claret, like that. Debbie's put 67. He's not that old, though. I've got 61 on my list now. 61 or 67, Ian. Put us out our misery. It's one of those two, possibly. Anybody else know the 19th prime? Off the top of their heads, that is. I've just tried to work it out. He started this half an hour ago. I got no idea what he was on about until eventually I kind of worked out. And then he's Harry 67. Oh, well done, Harry. 67. Oh, Debbie's right. Damn. Right then, everybody, let's get some marking done. I think I've probably given you long enough on that round. Was a tricky round, there's no doubt. 9 general knowledge questions. Question number 10 asks you for a link between the previous 9 answers. We started off that country that we'll arrive at if you sailed due south from Malta would be Libya. So that gave you the L. Number 2, with a triangular antenna on his head, who is the tallest of the 4 Teletubbies? That's Tinky Winky. Number 3 was Edinburgh Castle, Scotland's most visited paid tourist attraction. Number 4 is called an aglet. An aglet, which is that little piece of plastic or metal on the end of your shoelaces. Number 5, these were all World Cup winning players. Jack, Nobby, of course, Ray, George, and of course, number 1, the goalkeeper was Gordon, as in Gordon Banks. So it was Gordon I was after for number 5. These were all members of the 1966 World Cup winning team. Number 6, the 2-word phrase that Bill Withers repeats 26 times is I know. So I know. Yeah, I can't sing all 26, but never mind. Number 7, well, it's headquartered, of course, in Sweden, and I was after Stockholm. Stockholm was the capital city. Number 8, the Meadows in Spanish is Las Vegas. Las Vegas, well done if you worked that out. Number 9 was Bottom. Joaquin Phoenix's original surname apparently was Bottom. No wonder he changed it, I suppose. And finally, number 10, of course, if you rearrange the letters of the first 9 answers, you ended up with that philanthropist and multi-billionaire, I suppose, Bill Gates. Bill Gates was what we were after. So well done if you got that. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in. Say I've all fared after that rather tricky 3rd round. Or was that? No, was that the 2nd round, wasn't it? Yeah. Right then, let's see what the scores are going. Has anybody managed to add another 10 to their score? I don't know, George. Well, we've got Sarah and Russ, James and Joe are on 18. We've got Georgie Lammett, 18 for the Yorkies. There's some good scores. So River Phoenix's real name was River Bottom. Some parent should be shot. The Free the Wiltshire Tour on 18. Mick Roberts is on 18. Ian Miller's on 16. Nisha Gibbons was on 20. Paula Flynn and the Quizzy Rascals on 21. We got the famous 5 on 21. Leslie's put bombed again. Never mind. Jen and Tracy on 20. PRS are on 22. Greg Gibbons on 18. We've got Debbie McCarthy on 20. Pick and Mixer on 19. We've got Oh Dear, said the Weak Links there on 17. Clive and Janet with the Teasers are on a fantastic 20. Penny Graham's on 15. Carol saying, oh, only 5 on that round. Never mind, Carol. That's a good score all the same. 16 points. Home Alone 6 are on 19. We've got Mark Yates on 16. Ian and his bottle of shads. Gordon Bennett, couldn't think of Gordon Banks. Oh, well, 22. Well done. Booby Prize Girls are on 18. Split the Difference are on 19. So it's all to play for. It's a very close thing indeed. Wait a minute. Who was I looking for? Michelle, yes, and 20 points. So we've got, 20s, 21s. There's some good scores there. Round number 3 is a trivia trial. A trivia trial where the last letter of your first answer is the first letter of your next answer until we get to number 10, where the last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1, of course. So then, a trivia trial. Take the last letter of this first answer and it's the first letter of your next answer. Question number 1. In Greek mythology, Daedalus was a skillful craftsman and artist and was seen as a symbol of wisdom, knowledge, and power. But who was his son, whose fate caused Daedalus to be heartbroken? Basically, making out his son was a bit stupid, I suppose. So in Greek mythology, Daedalus was a skillful craftsman and artist and was seen as a symbol of wisdom, knowledge, and power. But who was his son, whose fate caused Daedalus to be heartbroken? Just a one-word answer I'm after. That might become apparent after number 10 if you didn't get that straight away. Question number 2 may help you. Again, you've got to go back a little way for this one. Which 1970s American action TV series featured a Ford Gran Torino that was nicknamed the Striped Tomato? Sure, my wife will know that straight away. Which 1970s American action TV series featured a Ford Gran Torino that was nicknamed the Striped Tomato? Two-word answer for that. Well, 3-word really. Yeah, 3-word answer. It helps, of course, if you got number 1, because the last letter of number 1 is the first letter of number 2. Right then, take the last letter of the action TV series, and it's the first letter of number 3. The Two Ronnies were a popular British comedy partnership, but which other British comedians created the Two Rons, a pair of stone-faced bouncers? They were quite funny at one time, I suppose. So the Two Ronnies were a popular British comedy partnership, but which other British comedians created the Two Rons, a pair of stone-faced bouncers? Again, that's a 3-word answer. Question number 4. Dating from 1927, which country's international vehicle registration code comprises of 2 letters? The same 2 letters are the name of a friend of Elliot Thomas who is stranded on Earth in a 1982 movie. So now you know the letters. I need you to come up with the country. So dating from 1927, which country's international vehicle registration code comprises of 2 letters? I think most of them do really, but never mind. The same 2 letters are the name of a friend of Elliot Thomas who is stranded on Earth in a 1982 movie. So now you've got the two letters. Just work out what the country is, whose international vehicle registration code that is. I didn't realise we got two about this subject in the quiz. Never mind. Question number 5, which might help you with number 4. First listing Parisian restaurants way back in 1922. What is the current maximum number of Michelin stars a restaurant can be awarded in the Michelin Guide? Oh, Alex has caught us up. Well done, Alex. We've caught up, he said. He's on 17. So question number 5 again. First listing Parisian restaurants way back in 1922. What is the current maximum number of Michelin stars a restaurant can be awarded in the Michelin Guide? Of course, the first letter of that answer is the last letter of the previous country that I was after, which may help you with the country. Question number 6, take the last letter of your previous answer again. What is a British television detective drama series which is a prequel to the long-running Inspector Morse? So question 6 again. What is a British television detective drama series which is a prequel to the long-running Inspector Morse? Question number 7, there's some song lyrics. I suppose I better not sing the song just in case I'm in trouble, so I will just say it. Question number 7. I went to a party at the local county jail. All the cons were dancing and the band began to wail. They're lyrics from which famous 1973 song? 2-word answer. Starting, of course, with the last letter of the previous answer. So I went to a party at the local county jail. All the cons were dancing and the band began to wail. There are lyrics from which famous 1973 song? Oh, I'm dying to sing that one for Robin. He'd like my singing on that one. No, I'm not going to sing it. You're all right. Saved. Right, take the last letter of that song title. It's the first letter of number 8. Number 8, covering an area of 1,627 square kilometres, approximately, and created in 2010, which is England's newest national park. So question 8 again, covering an area of 1,627 square kilometres and created in 2010, which is England's newest even, national park. I've got number 9 wrong. It's just get rid of the last bit. Just put leg question mark. Right? Question number 9. What one word can precede the word up and go after the words tree and leg? So question 9 again, what one word can precede the word up and go after the words tree and leg? And finally, question number 10, which is a 2-word answer. Other than the sun and located in the southern constellation of Centaurus at a distance of 4.2 light years, what is the 2-word name of the next closest star to the planet Earth? When all you astronomers will know that one, I'm sure. It's 2-word answer. Takes you back to number 1, of course. So, other than the sun and located in the southern constellation of Centaurus at a distance of 4.2 light years, what is the 2-word name of the next closest star to the planet Earth? It's a good old quiz question, that one. Right then, do remember to take the last letter of each of your answers. It's the first letter of the next answer. And the last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. Strange noise, I can hear a plane. Doesn't sound much of a plane, I have to say. It sounds like an old prop thing going over rugby at the moment. Blimey, not many of those flying around at this time of the day. Right then, everybody, do we need a bit more time? Feel free to put something in the chat column if you need a little bit more time to work that out. It's a straightforward trivia trial. Last letter of each answer is the first letter of your next. All the way down to number 10. Last letter of number 10 is first letter of number 1. Okay, Michelle, I'll give you a bit more time. Now, do remember we do a quiz every Sunday night, 8:15 as usual, start. We had a record number of people doing the quiz on Sunday, which was very good indeed. And it was a very close competition as usual. I'm sure everybody that did it learned a little bit, but never mind. We'll see. How much longer we're going to be doing quizzes in lockdown, I don't know, but we will see. Lockdown may be eased in a month or two's time, but at the moment we're still all locked down, trying to get rid of this. What's that? Internet troubles on? No, what's mine like this? And we'll just have a look. It seems quite steady this end, Martin. I've got 60 people logged on. It's not really going up and down much. Normally I see how many people are watching the live feed, and it's kind of, it is moving slightly, but do hit the, there's a button at the bottom somewhere. I don't see it on my screen, unfortunately. Which, at least the button called on the bottom of the screen. Oh, it's a refresh button somewhere. What is it? Live button. Live or refresh or something. Try that. I cured mine by clicking the live button, yes. Oh dear, so a few people have had a frozen what's it. So do feel free to just hit the live button at the bottom of your screen. It will refresh, hopefully, the feed. We are very reliant, unfortunately, on servers which aren't in this country, some of these for YouTube, but there we have it. Bouncing all around the world, the quiz, and back again, see how far it is, you know. Do feel free to like the quiz if you're enjoying it so far. Of course, give it a thumbs down if you're finding it far too difficult, but never mind. Right, it appears we have 63, 64 back online again. So, yes, the figures have come back up again. So do feel free to just hit the refresh button, Penny and or Debbie. At the bottom of your screens, you should see one somewhere. And hopefully, you'll get a better stream, but never mind. It's normally Leslie that's complaining about the quality of the stream. What's that? Oh yeah, old Ian, he's often given up, hasn't he? Was he not on tonight? He's what, but he's given up. Well, what do you expect if you live in the middle of nowhere? Right then, everybody, I think it's probably time. Let's get some marking done after round number 3. Did that, and it kicked me out. Oh, well, you're back on again then, Penny? You must be, otherwise you won't get it. I was going to say, I'm just waiting to see whether Penny got back on again. She said, did that, and it kicked me out. But she must be on, otherwise she wouldn't be able to post that. Right then, here we go. This is, let's get the answers down anyway. In Greek mythology, Daedalus was all that baloney. Who was his son? Of course, that was Icarus. Icarus was the son of Daedalus. Icarus, being silly, flew too close to the sun and fell into the sea. Right then, that gave you the S for that sitcom, Starsky and Hutch, of course. Starsky and Hutch that used to drive the Ford Gran Torino. That gave you the H for Hale and Pace, of course. Hale and Pace did the two runs, the two stone-faced bouncers. That gave you the E for Egypt, of course. Egypt. That it has the international car registration ET for some strange reason, but it has. Number 5, of course, the maximum listing is 3 stars. 3 stars are awarded. That gave you the E for Endeavour, prequel to Morse. That gave you the R for that song Rubber Bullets, which in turn gave you the S for the South Downs, which is the newest of England's national parks. That gave you the S for Stump, as in tree stump and leg stump, and stump up, of course. And that, of course, gave you the P for that star in the constellation Centaurus. Surprisingly, it's called Proxima Centauri. Proxima Centauri, which, of course, gave you the I for Icarus. So well done if you got Proxima Centauri. Not a lot of people know that, but I want to put that down. You need a little book of facts you need to know. So here we go. Clive and Janet, the teasers. 30 points. They're doing remarkably well tonight. So well played, the teasers. Mike Yates on very steady 24. We've got Sarah and Russ on 28 points. Jed and Tracy are on 29 points. Carol Green's on 24 points. PRS, 32 points. Ian Miller's on 23. We've got Graham Jane Gifford on 28. Nick Robertson Bever on 25. We've got the Yorkies on 27 points. That's a great score. Debbie McCarthy's on 28. Penny Graham's on 20. The Free the Windshield 2 are on 26 points. We got Michelle's on 28 points. We've got Home Alone 6 on 26.5 points. Wheat Links are on 27. The Quizzy Rascals have moved on to 31 points. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz, they are also on 31 points. Well done, Harry, Julian, Ian. The Boomer Prize Girls are on 26. We've got Pick and Mix on 29 points. That's a great score tonight. Alex Brown, having caught up after the first couple of rounds, he's now on 25 points. Well played, Alex. Have we got anybody missing? Chris Meads and Split the Difference on 28 points. So there's some great scores in there tonight. Halfway through the quiz. 32 is the team to catch at the moment. 32 points. So round number 4 is a connections round. Not a particularly easy connection tonight. So look carefully at all your answers for a clue. So question number 1, listen carefully. In which Shakespeare tragedy does Polonius say the famous line, "Neither a borrower nor a lender be"? If it's any help, oh no, I won't give you any help. So in which Shakespeare tragedy does Polonius say the famous line, "Neither a borrower nor a lender be"? If you can work the connection out, of course, will help you with that one if you don't know that. Question number 2, it's a place I've been to. With a population of over 650,000, which is the capital and most populous city of Finland? So question number 2, with a population of over 650,000 people, what is the capital and most populous city of Finland? I don't know why I put which, that should be what, that should be. What? I don't know why I put which in there, and it should be what? What? So any help? That's just a one-word answer. Question number 3. Which duo formed in 1993 in Newcastle upon Tyne and are well known for their songs Lifted, Lost in Space and Ocean Drive? I think you put the word "and" in there as well. And no. So question number 3, which duo formed in 1993 in Newcastle upon Tyne and are known for their songs Lifted, Lost in Space, and Ocean Drive? Question number 4. This is for all you people that watch your calories. What is a brand of cholesterol-lowering food products owned by the Finnish company, the Ratio Group? It's just a one-word answer I'm after. So what is a brand of cholesterol-lowering food products owned by the Finnish company, the Ratio Group? Just a one-word answer for those cholesterol-lowering food products. You'll have all heard of it. Some of you might buy them at exorbitant prices, but never mind. Question number 5. By what name were the American outlaws, whose real names were Robert Leroy Parker and Harry Alonzo Longabaugh, better known? So question 5 again. By what name were the American outlaws, whose real names were Robert Leroy Parker and Harry Alonzo Longabaugh, better known? Right, anybody worked out a connection yet? Expecting Martin Davis to get this connection straight away. I think we don't need characters in there, do we? To the next question. Just leave characters. Question number 6. In the 1978 action comedy film Every Which Way But Loose, what was the name of Clint Eastwood's pet orangutan? Orangutan, even. So in the 1978 action comedy film Every Which Way But Loose, what was the name of Clint Eastwood's pet orangutan? Just a one-word answer I'm after for that one. I'm sure we've all heard of that one. Number 7 was one of Donald Trump's favourites. Established in 1948, which Asian country is sometimes referred to as the DPRK? So question 7 again. Established in 1948, which Asian country is sometimes referred to as the DPRK? Question number 8 is for all you people that travel to London occasionally or work there or whatever else. What is the name of the blue credit card sized contactless smart card, a form of electronic ticketing that is valid on several different travel systems across London? So what is the name of the blue credit card sized contactless smart card, A form of electronic ticketing that is valid on several different travel systems across London. Question number 9, think carefully. Which fictional uncle is a completely hairless, hunched and barrel-shaped man with dark, sunken eyes and often a deranged smile? And it's not me. So which fictional uncle is a completely hairless, hunched, barrel-shaped man with dark, sunken eyes and often a deranged smile? I won't try and do a deranged smile. And the wife says I don't need to try. Very kind of her, as usual, with a witty banter. And finally, of course, what is the connection between the previous 9 answers? It's a bit devious tonight. Just look carefully at all your answers. I will give you a minute to try and work that out, whilst I enjoy a little bit more of my ale, which is going down quite well tonight. Not that I've got much, I'm nearly run out of the damn stuff, but never mind. I've got plenty of bottles and cans, to be fair, to keep me going. So what the hell? What do you want, my darling? Plum? My wife is drinking plum porter from Titanic Brewery, and it seems to be going down well. Oh dear. They get better, don't they? What are you looking at? Ah. Right then, who needs more time, or has everybody worked out the connection? There's a helicopter going over now. I think the airways are getting back to... Chris Mead says he's on the Citra tonight. Very good beer, that, Chris. Can't get on with Citra. Oh, now, is John O'Rourke saying to Chris, I need some Citra, or is he saying, yes, please, I want some more time? Come on, John, look carefully at your answers. Look carefully at them. More time, gentlemen, please. Come on, Martin, keep working on it. See how we can fare. We've only got 2 rounds to go after this. But it does look as if we're going to have some bad weather on the way. Temperatures, it's actually been very spring-like today. We walked around Daventry Park, just outside Rugby. And yes, spring has sprung. There was new growth in the fields, and it was looking like the first signs of spring, really. I heard woodpeckers today, and well, we heard a walking woodpecker, didn't we? We didn't see it, but we heard it. And various birds twittering about, making their nests for the new year, I think. But I do feel they're going to... It's hard coming down this weekend. We're going to have some cold on its way coming in from the east. Bit of snow for Sunday, I think. But we'll see. Right then, everybody. Let me go through the answers, see how you're faring. I'm probably giving you long enough on that. Giving you plenty on each round. How are you faring, Anne? You got something down for everything? I haven't got the link. No, I think the link's very tricky tonight. Right, question 1 then. Here we go in the Shakespeare tragedy. Polonius says the famous line, neither a borrower nor a lender be. I remember getting this one wrong. I always thought this was Merchant of Venice, but of course it's not. This comes from Hamlet. Hamlet. Well done if you got that. Number 2, with a population of 650,000, the capital and most populous city in Finland is Helsinki. Number 3, of course, the duo that was formed in Newcastle upon Tyne with the song Lifted was the Lighthouse Family, or Lighthouse Family. Number 4, that brand of low foods is known as Benecol. Benecol is owned by the Finnish company, the Rayson Group. Number 5, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid I was after. Number 6, of course, the name of the orangutan was Clyde. Number 7, the DPRK, of course, was North Korea. DPRK standing for Democratic People's Republic of Korea. But North Korea was what I was after. Number 8 is better known as an Oyster card. Number 9, I was after Fester, as in Uncle Fester, one of the Addams family. And finally, what's the connection with previous 9 answers? Well, if you took the first letters of each of your answers, the first 2 letters, they spelt out the elements, the first 9 elements of the periodic table. We started off with hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, something like that. Carbon, yes, you'll get the idea. So very well done if you worked that out, because that was tricky. We were just taking the first letter or first 2 letters of each of the answers. Tricky connection tonight, so we'll see how we've all fared. Right, Jed and Tracy are on a fantastic 37 points. So well played, Jed and Tracy. Who else has got their scores in so far? We got 34 for the Yorkies. PRS have moved on to 41. The famous 5 have moved on to 41 points. Paula Flynn, stroke Lewis. The Quizzy Rascals on 40. We are Sarah. Has moved on to 36. Well played, Sarah and Russ. We've got Graham McGiffords have moved on to 36. Michelle, Charlie and James are on 37. Mike Yates is on 30. We've got Mick and Bev on 33. And Miller's on 31. The Teasers have moved on to 38 points. The Booby Prize Girls now on 33. Carol Green's on 31. The Wheat Links on 34. Home Alone 6 on 34 and a half. Free the Windshield 2 are on 35 points. Ian, he's going 40 points. Well played, Ian. Pick and Mix are on 38 points. That's a great score for them as well. So we've got some great scores in there. 40 points. We've got a Quizzy Rascals on 41, as in Paula Flynn Lewis on 40. We got John Arnold, famous 5, and PRS are both on 41 points. We've also got a couple on 38s, 39s. So it's a very close match again. My lowest yet, not telling my brain. Not telling my brain is rotting. Oh, that's a bit unfair, Leslie. Stick at it. So you might have got the elements actually, but never mind. Perhaps you did. Penny Graham's on 27. We got Mick Roberts. He's put 33. You've already given me your score, Mick, didn't you? Up there somewhere, but never mind. Perhaps you've, yeah. Never mind. And Chris Maiden, split the difference on 37 points. Right then, round number 5 tonight is a food and drink round. Pretty straightforward food and drink round. Nothing to catch you out here, I don't think. Well, it might be, but we'll see. Are we ready? Steady. Raring to go. 2 rounds to go. Let's see how we go. Question number 1. Which cocktail has a name that means strained pineapple in Spanish? So which cocktail has a name that means strained pineapple in Spanish? I'm sure if you run through all your cocktails, you'll eventually get there. Mick Roberts is on the speckled hen. That'll keep you going. Mick, what strength speckled hen at the moment? I know they changed the strength. Is that 5%? I can't remember. Somewhere around there. Good beer, though. Right, question number 2. Founded in 1615 by Wilhelm Nerdfelt in Groenlo, which lager, the lager Grolsch, comes from which European country? So founded back in 1615 by Wilhelm Nerdfelt in Groenlo, the lager Grolsch comes from which European country? I do like the word which, don't I? Which, that, then, why? Well, most quizzes stem around which is what. How many? All right, my daughter's having a conversation with me. Don't worry about me talking to myself. I'm not really talking to myself, although I do that plenty of time. Question number 3. Which liqueur is said to be made to Bonnie Prince Charles' secret recipe? So question number 3. Which liqueur is said to be made to Bonnie Prince Charlie's secret recipe? Although if I've ever heard of a crock, that is definitely a crock, but never mind. It's a quiz question all the same. More myth than... Question number 4. Whilst complaining they're all drink questions at the moment. Question number 4. According to the latest guide, which city currently boasts 11 3-star Michelin Guide restaurants, more than any other? It could have been. That was a secret recipe, wasn't it, Leslie? Let's go back a bit, though. Bonnie Prince Charlie. So according to the latest guide, which city currently boasts 11 3-star Michelin Guide restaurants, more than any other? Currently in there twice. Sounds like a city definitely worth going to if you're a bit of a foodie. Question number 5. The French scientist Antoine Augustin Parmentier is best remembered for his work in promoting what as a food source, with any dish with Parmentier in its name having this as the main ingredient? I think I saw these in Aldi the other day, actually. Parmentier. So the French scientist Antoine Augustin Parmentier is best remembered for his work in promoting what as a food source, with any dish with Parmentier in its name having this as its main ingredient? Not seaweed. Question number 6. The term caviar traditionally refers to food made from the roe of what type of fish? So question 6 again. The term caviar traditionally refers to a food made from the roe of what type of fish? My daughter doesn't like it very much, do you, Liz? Bit salty for her liking, she was saying. Question number 7. Which company launched Whatsits in 1970, Ringo's in 1972, and Pot Noodles in 1977? They were going for it, weren't they? So question 7 again. Crunchy fish jam in it. It is a bit, I suppose. So question 7 again. Which company launched Whatsits in 1970, Ringo's in 1972, and Pot Noodles in 1977? They were certainly going for it, I think. Pot Noodles are still going strong, aren't they? Some people love them. Question number 8. What brand of milk has been advertised on the television with the narrator saying, "It tastes so good, the cows want it back"? Yeah, quite. So 8. What brand of milk has been advertised on television with a narrator saying, "It tastes so good, the cows want it back"? I'm a big believer that most advertising should be banned on the fact they talk bollocks. Oh, sorry. Oh, dear. No, nothing more than in the cosmetics industry. Ceramides. What on earth's a ceramide then? God almighty. Question number 9. The restaurant chain Wagamama is based mainly on the cuisine from which country? Apparently. It didn't appear to be when I was in there, but never mind. The restaurant chain Wagamama is based mainly on the cuisine from which country? And finally, question number 10 in this tricky food and drink round. Which mayonnaise-based salad dressing is named after a region in the St. Lawrence River that straddles the border between the USA and Canada? So which mayonnaise-based salad dressing is named after a region in the St. Lawrence River that straddles the border between the USA and Canada? There we have it. Again, round 5, a few tricky ones in there. Never mind, it's not been a giveaway tonight, I know. We have to have a few nights where it's a bit tougher than others, but never mind. Crunchy fish jam, I like that. How are you doing, Ash? All right. How much more time do we need, gangs? Anybody need a little bit more time? Try and get the answer to each of those. Lydia's put all the questions up in the chat column for you. Hopefully nothing has been stopped from being put on tonight. Well, nothing rude on there, you'd be pleased to know. Well, not that rude anyway. Not that YouTube's algorithm will see as rude. Are we happy to do some marking? Just put down if you need a little bit longer. I will wait a few more seconds. 2 more hours, please. Right, we can have a break. We'll come back. Actually, that might be a good idea. A proper break in the middle could do that. No, it's not good. Silly idea, that. Another 5 would not help me. Come on, Leslie. You're on a downer tonight. Yes, there's some difficult ones in there, but never mind. Right, come on, let's do some marking after the food and drink and see how you fare. Just try and get an answer down for all of them, even if you haven't got anything, but never mind. Right, question number 1. Which cocktail has a name that means strained pineapple in Spanish? That is a pina colada. A pina colada. Well done if you worked that out. Number 2, you'll find that grosch comes from the Netherlands. Grosch comes from the Netherlands. Number 2, the liqueur I was after, apparently said to be made by Bonnie Prince Charlie's secret recipe, is drambuie, which seems half-time break. Number 4, according to the latest guide, which city boasts 11 3-star Michelin guide restaurants? Kind of thing that quizzes would know this, I suppose. It's Tokyo. Tokyo currently has more Michelin star restaurants than any other city in the world. Number 5, Parmentier basically describes potato, something to do with the potato. Number 6, the term caviar traditionally refers to the roe of the sturgeon. Number 7, the company that launched What's-Its in 1970, 1972 was Ringo's, and Pot Noodles in 77 was Golden Wonder. Number 8, of course, the brand of milk advertised on TV with a narrator saying, "Tastes so good, the cows want it back," which of course is rubbish, was Cravendale. Number 9, the restaurant chain of Wagamama is based mainly on the cuisine from Japan. And finally, which mayonnaise-based salad dressing is named after a region in the St. Lawrence River that straddles the border between the USA and Canada? Well, it's a Thousand Island dressing. A Thousand Island dressing, because apparently there's over 1,000 islands in the St. Lawrence River. God knows how they work out which are Canadian and which are whatever, but I expect they've drawn a random line between them all. So there we have it, and shared them up. So there's the end of that round. So let's have some scores in, see how you fared. I expect that was a bit tough for some people, but you'll be pleased to know general trivia is pretty straightforward in the last round. 10 questions on just silly questions at the end. PowerS have moved on to 50. Got the famous 5 doing sterling work tonight on 51. Well played, you. We've got Sarah again from Worcester. Well done, Russ, Joe and James on 44 points. Ian, Harry, Gillian, Ian, they've moved on 10 points to 50. Well played them. Georgie Lambert and the Orcas have moved on to 41. We've got the Giffords on 44. Mike Yates is on 35. We've got Mick Roberts on 43. Misha and Charlie and James are on 47. We've got Jed and Tracy on 45. Carol Green's moved on to 39. We've got the Teasers now moved on to 46. Home Alone 6 on 43.5. Alex Brown on 43. We've got Ian Miller on 38. Penny Grounds on 34. The Wheat Links are on 42. Ian's put interesting. Alex Salmond and Nicholas Sturgeon. Jackie Skips and the Booby Prize Girls are on 41. Split the difference and moved on to 46, as have Pick and Mix with the Quizzy Rascals, Paul of Flynn Lewis on 49 points. So it's all down to the last round. So at the moment, just in the lead by 1 point, we have the famous 5. So very well done to the famous 5 tonight. However, 4 teams knocking at the door. So let's see how we fare with the last round, which is just general trivia. Question number 1: in the House of Commons, how many tiers of benches are on either side of the House? I'll give you the choice. Is it 5, 6, or 7? So in the House of Commons, how many tiers of benches are on either side of the House? I'll give you the choice. Is it 5, 6, or 7? Bit of a daft question, really, that one. That's the kind of daft question you've got to know, I suppose, isn't it? Question number 2. Which medieval mathematician is known for his recursive sequence, obeying the simple rule that to calculate the next term, one simply sums the preceding 2? It's a very famous sequence. You'll have all heard of it. Whether you can remember his name is a different matter. So which medieval mathematician is known for his recursive sequence, obeying the simple rule that to calculate the next term, one simply sums the preceding 2? It's just a one-word answer I'm after. Don't need any more than that, because I don't know his full name at all. Question number 3. The Henry classification system was devised in the late 19th century for criminal investigations in British India. But what does it classify? So question 3 again, the Henry classification system was devised in the late 19th century for criminal investigations in British India. But what does it classify? You'll have all heard of this one as well. There you go. Question number 4 is right up the street of famous 5. This one, they get this one straight away, I'm sure. If only. In which decade of the 20th century did the BBC first broadcast opera on the radio? So in which decade of the 20th century did the BBC first broadcast opera on the radio? Sorry, Carol. I'll make it easier, honestly, for Sunday. I thought we'd just throw a tricky one in for a while, but never mind. A bit more sagacious, you know, for those highbrow people. Half of Angie's team have gone on. How many have you got on your team tonight? 3 of you tonight. So now half the team keep disappearing and coming back. Oh dear. Yeah, then one for Roy to work out. Here you go, Roy. You know you like your dartboard questions. Question number 5. On a standard dartboard, how many individual scoring sections are coloured green? Not black, not blue, not whatever else. Green. So on a standard dartboard, how many individual scoring sections are coloured green? Roy'll know that one, Carol, straight away. He used to be good at the old darts, as I recall. Actually, you used to have darts in the pub, didn't you? Sure you did, because I'm sure we used to play at your place sometime. In the back room. Question number 6, listen carefully. A wisdom is the collective noun used to describe which short-legged, muscular marsupials? There's a slight clue in that one. So a wisdom is the collective noun used to describe which short-legged, muscular marsupials? Wisdom. All right, Carol, we've only got 4 questions left to put you out of misery. See how we're doing tonight. Question number 7. Is it question number 7? Yes. Which country is the, now there's logic, just think logic on this one. Which country is the only member of NATO that does not have a standing army? Now, what that actually means by standing, I'm not sure, but presumably it means an army of some description. So, which country is the only member of NATO that does not have a standing army? That can't mean they sit down all the time. Surely not. They're so lazy, they sit on their asses all that long. You're all right, Ian. There's only 3 left. Honest. Question number 8. You know we need a bit of Latin in here. Used in English to mean a constitutional right to reject a decision or proposal made by a law-making body. What is the Latin word for I forbid? It's just a one word, which is pretty straightforward. So used in English to mean a constitutional right to reject a decision or proposal made by a law-making body. What is the Latin word for I forbid? Lots of countries use this. Question number 9 is one for you to weigh up. Which is heavier? I'll give you the choice. Is it the new 12-sided £1 coin or the original round £1 coin? So question number 9 again. Which is heavier? I'll give you the choice. Is it the new 12-sided £1 coin or the original round £1 coin? And final number 10, you should all be able to work this one out. What 4 words would you use to spell the word quiz using the NATO phonetic alphabet? So what 4 words would you use to spell the word quiz using the NATO phonetic alphabet? Sure we can all work that one out. Right, I will give you a minute just to quickly get those down. Go over them. Have a look at what Lydia's put down, because some of them, like question number 8, make it a bit easier if you read the question. And then we'll see whether round number 10's lucky guesses have helped or whether you've worked them all out. Right then, everybody, do remember we do a quiz on Sunday night. It'll be our 88th quiz on, or 87th or something like that on Sunday night. Do come and join us, same time, 8 for 8:15 start. I'll see whether I can make it a bit easier for you on Sunday. So we can all go into the last round equal on scores, but never mind. Right then, yes, let's put you all out of misery then with tonight's final round answers. This is general trivia, and let's see how we've all fared, because it was a tougher quiz tonight. So congratulations to whoever was top tonight's scores. Question number 1, in the House of Commons, how many tiers of benches are there on either side of the House? There are 5 benches either side. Number 2, the medieval mathematician we should have all got, Fibonacci, as in the Fibonacci series. Number 3 were fingerprints. The Henry classification, of course, was designed, criminal investigations in mind, in British India, of course, we came with the fingerprint system, or he did. Number 4, in which decade of the 20th century did BBC first broadcast opera? Well, that's right back in the 1920s. So well done that. The first broadcast of an opera was 1923. Number 5, on a standard dartboard, how many individual scoring sections are coloured green? That's 21. There are 10 doubles, 10 trebles, and the outer bull, of course, are all green. Number 6, it was a wisdom of wombats. Would whoever have thought of that? or wisdom of wombats. So well done if you got that. Also, well renowned for their square poo, of course. Number 7, the country I was after, the only member of NATO that doesn't have a standing army is Iceland, of course. I don't suppose they need one, really. Number 8, the English meaning of a constitutional right to reject a decision is a veto. A veto. Well done if you got that. Number 9, it was the original £1 coin that was the heaviest. And finally, number 10, the 4 words that I wanted to spell out the word quiz were Quebec, uniform, India, and Zulu, of course. Quebec, uniform, India, and Zulu. So then that was a tough round, but I'm sure you will have got most of those, I think. Half of them. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores here. See who the winners are tonight. And we will close with, I hope, with some cracking scores from some people, because it has been a bit tricky tonight. We have the famous 5. They've ended up on 59 points. Well played, the famous 5. That was a great score. Mick Robertson, they've ended up on 50. We've got Georgie Lambert and Yorkies, well played them, 46.5. Alex Brown ends up on 47. Carol Green on 46. Leslie Barrett saying dreadful, 44. We've got the Quizzy Rascals. They've ended up on 59 points. Well played, the Quizzy Rascals. Mike Yates on 41. We've got Pick and Mix ended up on 52. Well played, Pick and Mix. Jed and Tracy ended up with 53. That was a good quiz. Graham Gifford's on 51. The Wheat Links on 49. PRS ended up on 58 points. The Baby Prize Girls ended up on 47. We need more dumbed down questions for Sunday, please. Like cartoons, Disney films. I'll do some of that. Penny Graham on 40. Well played, Penny. Sarah ends up on 48. Well played. Ian ends up both of their primes, not a prime. Oh, dear, 1970, both in their primes. Ian not in a prime, and his bottle of Shiraz. They added 5 to the score on 59 points. Well played them. And then we've got Michelle ends up with 53. Some cheeky ones caught us out. Thanks for keeping the little grey cells active. We've got Clive and Janet, the teasers, on 43 points. Free and Windshield 2 on a fantastic 47 points. Well played, you. Chris Meads and Split the Difference ended up in 55 points. There have been some very good scores in tonight. So let me just have a little look. Where did PRS end up? We've got... So we end up 55. We've got Split the Difference. Also in the 50s, we've got Michelle Gibbons with 53. We have Ian in his bottle of Shrouds on 59. Well played, you. Home Alone 6 also finished in the 50s on 50.5. PRS on 58 points. That was a good score. We've got the Giffords on 51. Jed and Tracy on 53. Pick and Mix on 52. Quizzy Rascals on 59. And also we've got the famous 5 on 59. So it looked like a 3-way split for the lead tonight between the famous 5, the Quizzy Rascals, and Ian and his bottle of Shrouds, all ending up on 59 points out of a possible, what was that down to, 60, was it 63 tonight, I think it was. So well played, you, only dropping 4 points throughout the quiz. That's some fantastic game. And PRS only 1 point behind on 58 points. So well played, you. Right then, everybody, look forward to seeing you all on Sunday, if you can make it. Same time, same place. I'll put some Disney questions in, and we'll see whether we can come up with some slightly easier rounds for you. But never mind. Thanks, everybody, for taking part. Good night and stay safe. And hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you all on Sunday night, same time. Ian said, thanks for a great quiz. 20 plus 1. Thanks, Ian. And good night, everybody. We will see you again another night. Thank you very much. And do feel free to carry on talking in the chat room for a minute or two.